Hello, I received this in the mail today from Smart Art. It's an art box, one of those like subscription box thingies. Now, I am really cheap, so I have never purchased like a subscription type thing for myself. I'm not one of those people that's like, yeah, I'll pay X dollars a month to get this thing sent to me, but I know they're really like popular and a lot of people are really into that. So Smart Art sent me one of these just to like review and try out. So they're not paying me to do it, but I did get the box for free. So I just like want to let you guys know exactly what's going on. So like I said before, I'm cheap, so I love free stuff. So I'm like, of course I'll review it. Of course I'll try it out. So I'm gonna open up the box and show you what's in it. This is for the August box. Kind of show you like my first impressions, what I think of it, and then if I think it's worth it for what you get in the box for the money. Okay, so I've already actually opened this and took everything out just so I could see what was all in here. I didn't know what the like theme was. They seem like they have like themes for every month, so I had no idea what it was going to be. I was like, wow, hope it's actually something I'll actually use. So the first thing in the box are these markers, so these guys, and wow, can I just say this box was incredibly hard to open? Maybe I'm just like stupid, but it was really hard to open. I ended up ripping out the bottom to get them open. I don't know. They are alcohol-based markers, so if you know me, I'm more of a water-based marker kind of girl, so I'm not super into the alcohol markers, but if you like Copic markers, things like that, maybe you'll be more into these. Couple of first impressions. They smell really bad. They are alcohol-based, so if you are already used to alcohol-based markers, you're probably used to them smelling really weird, but I'm not, so I don't like that. I'm very sensitive to strong smells, so just like cracking it open, like it's stronger than like a Sharpie. The packaging itself, they are like not round. They feel kind of strange to hold. The colors look pretty good. The purple is my favorite. That one is incredible. The other ones are more muted. This is like a, well, I guess it's not a muted color pack. It's a rich tones color pack. So they're kind of like jewel tones. The other thing I will say about the markers is when I first used them, first of all, this one has glitter all over it. I'm looking at it closely and there's definitely glitter on this. The tip itself is not like super pointed. Like it already looks like it's kind of dry and like I just took it out, so like this side is glittery too. Maybe it's just like part of the marker. Do the other ones have glitter on them? The other ones are definitely not glittery, just the red one, so that's kind of weird. No glitter actually comes out on the markers, so that's a little weird. I don't really know what the point of that is. For the markers, I give them a 6 out of 10. The next thing it came with is this Higgins India ink, and this is like super basic India ink. You can get this like pretty much everywhere. It's fine. It's not waterproof, so it will like spread if you put water on it. I prefer Speedball ink, but Higgins is fine too, I guess. The box came with 2 Princeton brushes, and these are like calligraphy brushes, and they're really nice. They have like a bamboo handle. I'm guessing this is bamboo. I don't know what the bristles are made out of, so I don't know if they're like natural bristles, if they're synthetic. I don't know if they're like vegan brushes or not, if that's something that you pay attention to. Then it came with this Tombow calligraphy pen. As you know, I'm a big fan of Tombow. Tombow, what's up? I've used a lot of their products before. I haven't tried this one. It really is just like a pretty basic like felt tip calligraphy pen. It reminds me a lot of this pen that I already own. This one is another Tombow product, and it's pretty much the same tip and very similar. Mine's completely dried out, so I can't really compare them for you, but this one has like a gray end on the other side. So this one I already have and used a lot for like small details, so this is pretty much just this minus the gray. So same thing of something I already had, which I like. So this is the paper, and I'm going to be using the more tooth side. Oh, Jim is here. Alright, so I'm going to try the calligraphy pen on this type of paper first. and see how I think of it. The pen is a little on the dry side. You can see that it's not like completely black in some areas. It wouldn't be good for filling in like large areas, but it would be really good for like super fine types of detail. The pen I would give a 7 out of 10. Came with this little plastic tray that you can like put water or your ink in or whatever, your paints. I just use paper palettes, so it's fine, it's whatever. I guess they just like threw it in because it's cheap, I don't know. The box also came with some paper, and it just came in this like clear plastic thing, so there's not a lot of info on what it is. It just says Masa 8x10 package of 12 sheets. It's pretty nice. It's like lightly textured. It's like a little bit transparent. It also came with like a smart art sticker, and then it came with this little like pamphlet thingy. It is supposed to tell you about the products or what the theme is. So the theme of this box is Chinese brush painting. So makes sense with like these brushes and the ink. The alcohol markers don't make any sense for that in my opinion. If you're going to be doing a water-based project, I don't get why it wouldn't be maybe like a watercolor with it or something, or even like a water-based marker that you could also get wet. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not like this like ancient Chinese art tradition that they just like whipped out their alcohol markers. I don't know, that just doesn't really seem like it fits to me. So in here it gives a little bit of information about each of the products, and I'm not going to read all of that because it's just kind of like hyping up everything. It does tell you what the retail price for each item is, which I think is interesting, and I'm also going to fact check just to make sure. I just did a quick search, and I mostly did it on the site that I already buy art supplies at. So I usually shop online at Dick Blick or just Blick Art Supplies, and they usually seem to have the best prices or like deals or things going on. I do try to shop locally whenever I can too, so I couldn't just go somewhere to check the prices today, so I just used an online source for now. Of course, everything's going to be cheaper on Amazon, but I hate using Amazon, so just don't do that. Of course, you're going to find it cheaper there. But the prices for the most part that they included were pretty correct. A lot of art sites though do have coupons, and you can find a lot of these brands and this type of stuff at like coupon kind of art stores. So like when I say coupon art stores, I mean like Joann Fabrics and Michaels, stuff like that, where they always have coupons. You can always get it cheaper than like the list price. They are using the list prices in their booklet as the pricing for these items, so it does come up to about around $55 worth of art supplies. Either way you look at it, my prices versus theirs, it was pretty much the same. So the box itself is like $49.95 a month if you like subscribe. Is it like a deal, like you're saving a lot of money by getting this art box? Not really. You're saving about $5. So if you want it to be all themed and sent to you in a nice little box to save $5, go for it. If like you have problems making decisions, then it's probably a good deal for you. But if you are just looking to buy maybe a couple of the items, it's definitely going to be better to just go and find those yourself. So like there's a little bit of a blurb about the like art history of Chinese brush painting, which I'm gonna read later. And then it gives you kind of like a quick start guide, so kind of how to like test out and try your materials to get used to them before you use them. That's kind of cool, but the pictures in the guide look like they didn't really edit them. Like the color grading is really bad. They could have like edited those. They could have even left them like in black and white probably. I don't know. All right, so in the step 5 of this, it says to, you know, let your ink dry and then add some color with the markers. Although this is not the traditional way to add color to this style of painting, these rich tone markers lay down bold colors and bleed in the most perfect way to complement your ink painting. I just still don't get it. I still don't get why there's alcohol markers with like a water-based thing. I don't know. I'm just never gonna let that go. I'm gonna try to kind of stick to the theme, and I'm just gonna paint some koi. They actually had an illustration of some koi at the beginning here. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, who did this? Alright, so the book does mention calligraphy in the little like intro, so I guess I'm gonna use this and do some sort of calligraphy on here. I'm gonna walk away and let this get completely dried, then use the marker like it tells me to in the instructions. We'll see how that looks. Okay, another thing I don't like about these, you can't put the cap on like the butt end of the marker. I really like doing that so I don't lose this. Otherwise, gone forever. I'm kind of scared to use like the brush tip end of it. So I don't really want to like ruin this, but oh well. So the markers, I don't feel like they bleed super well with this type of paper. I think the ink looks really nice on it. Like even after it's dry, it looks really pretty. Like the gradient here looks really nice, but these markers, the paper is not doing them much justice. Oh my god, it's so dark. Why? Wow, yeah, I'm already regretting everything in my life right now. I'm gonna like pass out. These smell really strong. Okay, I just colored in that much of that fish, and this is how my brush tip looks. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Hello? I hate these. Look at this. Is this not the saddest thing you've ever seen? This makes me sad, actually. That's how much of the red I have used, and the marker looks like that. Am I using these wrong? Am I the one at fault here? I don't know. I think they're just bad markers. I revise my rating to 1 out of 10. It gets 1 because the color looks kind of nice. I don't know, they're very even, but I think that's just like an alcohol marker thing. Okay, just don't really feel like there's much we can do to improve this. I really liked just the ink. I think that looked really good, and I feel like these markers just like ruined this. Like, I just don't even really know what I would do to fix it. Alright, so here is what I came up with for my demo. So I used everything that the box came with, and I used it in the, I guess, the suggested way, where like you do the ink wash, you do some calligraphy with the pen, and then you add color with the markers. Alright, so you just watched me create this. Overall, the supplies in the box are pretty good. They're fine. I definitely like the brushes. The brushes are really nice. I'll probably use this like Tombow pen because I use them anyway, and I'll probably use the paper too, honestly. The paper's kind of nice. Maybe I'll do some like watercolor on it or some other like ink wash type of paintings. Overall, I think this particular art box is really great if you are a beginner artist and you don't really know what supplies are or how to use them like in context. I think it's really great if you have a hard time making decisions and maybe you want to start art as a hobby but you don't really know where to start and you just want something that'll like give you everything you need to start for a particular type of art project. I think this box is not for you if you are thrifty. So if you're like me and you'd rather just seek out the individual items on their own. It's not for you if you are an experienced artist. I think if you kind of already know what your style is and what supplies you like working with, getting something like this, like for me, like this ink is not my favorite black ink, but I use black ink all the time, so it kind of hits the mark, but it also kind of doesn't. Also, most experienced artists will kind of already have an idea of the types of supplies they'll need for their style of artwork. Overall, it was really fun to try out. I mean, I love getting stuff in the mail. That's always really exciting. If you love getting stuff in the mail, it might be worth it just for that, to get a fun little package. Real quick shameless plug, if you like getting stuff in the mail, Have you considered buying something from my Etsy shop? I have stickers and buttons and art prints and lots of other cool stuff, and you will be directly supporting an artist. Thank you to Smart Art Box for sending me this for free. That was fun. If you want to send me stuff again, even though I kind of gave you a bad review, I'd still love that. Maybe another box would be a little bit more my style, or maybe it's something completely different that I haven't tried before and I might discover something new. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've either tried like an art subscription type box before, or if you'd want to try one, or maybe this one seemed interesting to you and you'd want to try it, or just let me know. Let me know if you've tried these markers too, and like if you're like a big fan of these, like tell me what do you see in them that I don't. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next week.